Welcome to Cloudy Knit Crochet. My name is Lori, and I would love to crochet up a storm with you. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell. In this episode, I will be doing another yarn haul from Etsy shops. Talk about 2 different ways to do the magic knot to tie your yarn ends together, and give you an update on my moss stitch blanket. Last month I shared with you my moss stitch afghan that I'm making with DK weight superwash merino yarn, and my plan for this afghan is to use that superwash merino yarn. And I've been purchasing from different Etsy shops. So I always like to support the Etsy shops. So I got 3 packages here. So let's get these opened. Now the first Etsy shop that I received was from the company called Holly P Knits. Oh, and check this out. The Etsy shops always give you fun little treats. So let's see what we got. Oh, could always use candy, that's for sure. Oh, and we got a Tootsie Roll. And let's see what we got on this side. Oh, wow. She even gave us stitch markers. How nice. You know what? Let me just go ahead and pull it all out. So, oh, wow. Wow. More little treats. So we got some stitch markers and candy and, what is this? Not quite sure what this is. My small print, I can't quite read it really well. But through this shop, I got 4 skeins, and I want to put in some like darker colors to mix in with all the bright pinks, yellows, and blues. So I thought these colors would go really well with all the bright colors, where I could just put a hint of these colors all the way throughout the afghan. So each skein, so let me show you the label. Ella Ray, DK Merino Superwash, Pure Superwash Merino Wool. And this is called Tumbleweed Heather. Let me move these aside so you can see that one a little better. And each skein is, oh gosh, I wish my vision was a little better. 100 grams. 100 grams. So this is Tumbleweed Heather. And then we got this one. And this one is called Bumblebee Heather. For my first feel, I wanted to say it's as soft or squishy than the other yarns I've received. This feels a little more rough, like wool, in my opinion. And then we got Orch Heather. I do like these colors though. I think these colors will go really well with all the bright colors in my afghan. And then this one is called Firewood Heather. So I'll have to see how these work up once I start crocheting with them. So let's open up the next package. Now this package is from the Etsy shop called Contour Yarn, And they gave us a little tea bag with a thank you note. So let's see what this yarn is. When I order these, I forget what colors I order. Ooh, now look at that color. I like that. And this is DK 100% superwash merino, 100 grams, which is 231 yards. Wow. Now, hold on a second. I got to do a comparison. Yeah, this one feels a little more soft to the touch. Yeah. But again, I'll be curious how it works up. So this one was the Contour Yarn Etsy shop. So let's open up that last package. Now this yarn's coming from LittleBayBlueStudio. So that's a cute name. So let's see what I got on this one. Oh, I just love the minis. They are, you're gonna hear me say the word cute a lot on my channel because there's no other way to describe it. It definitely has the cute factor. So let's look at the big skein first. Now this feels really nice. Now this is 245 yards, 75% superwash merino with 25% nylon. And this colorway is Desert Bloom. When I saw the name Desert Bloom, I'm like, oh, I have to get that because I travel a lot taking care of my parents' home after they passed away within the last few years. So they live in the desert in Arizona. And then let's check out these minis. Oh my gosh. Look at the cute little tag. Okay, this one is the colorway Petri. Oh gosh, I cannot pronounce that, but I'll put the name of it right here for you. And let's see, I can't remember. So they're little mini weights. I can't remember how many grams. And this one is Red Clover. And this one is called Dragonfly. And the last one here is called the Real Teal. I like teal. So that's what I got from this Etsy shop. So here's all the superwash merino yarn that I got that I will be using to make my moss stitch. So see how I think all those colors work up really nice. Plus, when you're working with a scrappy, you definitely want a lot of colors in it. So it's not matchy-matchy. So I'm really excited to work up with these yarns. Now, let me show you how far I've gotten on my Afghan. I've been so excited working with all those mini skeins and seeing how the color work is turning out on this Afghan that I have definitely been crocheting up a storm. I'm just loving this project, and the moss stitch is really simple. So again, I started off with a white little circle, and then every 5 inches I'm doing another border of white all the way around, and then I got another border of white going on, and then now I'm starting my next 5 inches of color. Now, when I first started this project, you know, the square was really small. So what I did is I got the yarn. I had enough yarn pretty much to have that color of yarn to go all the way around before I started the next row. So I tried to switch off the different colors of yarn for each row. But I've noticed when I'm now working with the mini yarn isn't enough yarn to go all the way around. But that's still okay because when you're working with all those different colors, you could easily stop one color and go to the next, and it still flows really nice on the project. Now, one other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I'm tying my yarns together, and I've used two different techniques of how to tie the yarn together. Now, at the very beginning, every time I started a new row, I had to tie off all in the same area to start up the new color. And what I've noticed, this technique, let's call this technique number 1. I'm going to put a tutorial in the description box below to show you how to use this first technique. I came across the first technique, and I'll put the name of the technique right here. When I went back to double check them, they started to come undone. So I started to panic. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go find another technique to put the two yarns together, and that'll be technique number 2, which I'll show a tutorial for that one in the description box below. And what I'm going to be doing with these, the first way how I was attaching the yarns together, I'm just going to go in there with some clear glue and just put a little dab of glue onto the knot. That way it kind of gives me a little bit of insurance that it's not going to come apart later. Now, when I got about this far in on my project, that's when I started using the second technique of attaching the yarn together. And I haven't had any issues with that. So my personal recommendation for attaching the yarn ends together would probably be the second technique. So I thought I'd just give you guys a heads up on what I thought about that while I was working up on this Afghan. Now, let me go get my yardstick. Okay, do you guys have any guesses how big the square is? So let's go up here and take a look. And it is 29 inches square. So I thought it would be fun every time I do a video on this project, we'll measure it and we'll see the progress as I go. I really want to make it big. That's all I know right now. So I'm really excited to be adding in all those new colors that I just received from the different Etsy shops. If you guys know of any Etsy shops that you purchased DK Superwash Merino yarn before, please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to find other Etsy shops to include into my project here. Thank you. Thank you for watching. In the description box below, I will leave the Etsy shops that I purchased yarn from. And I will link the 2 tutorials on how to do the magic knot. Now, my favorite way to tie the knot that worked best for me was the one that was by All Free Knitting. Bye for now, until we meet again.